Discovery, Roger. Go for deploy.
2, 1,
0.
0, and liftoff. Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
I get confused which one is which one.
When welcome everyone. Well, we should be live. YouTube. There it is. YouTube has just informed me thusly.
Great. Welcome everyone to Turn Talk 2.0. My co-host here is Jake Boger. My name is Virus Vox, and today we have a different podcast. Why? Because we're running out of ideas after 1 year. I see me and I don't know. First of all, I want to thank myself because I got this perfect hat and I love it. And it's really rare when you find something that you go, oh, and this is one of those moments when you get the thing that you like. I'm gonna take the light off because it's driving me crazy. I can barely see. There you go. So today we have a special podcast because we're going to talk about something really important in the industry that a lot of people don't talk about.
Advertising.
And product placements, right?
Well, before we dig into that, we want to let you know this podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Final Frontier podcast and Again and Forever. More on them in a moment. We're not trying to sell you things.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's what every time I communicate with you, I use Jabra.
I'll tell you what.
But they make you sound clear. But if you want to listen to us, like I say, play video games like Nintendo. Nintendo, your best friend.
And let's not forget, when I'm talking on a podcast for a very long time, nothing is better than the crisp, refreshing taste of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, no, but seriously, we're not trying to sell you anything. However, if you get tired of seeing, but you want to continue listening to us, you can play your Oculus. Your best friend in virtual reality. Sorry.
I'm always reminded of that bit in Wayne's World that is so funny.
I know. So good, man. So good.
I'll never sell out.
Never sell out. No, like I said, seriously, man, I love hats when they're closed, right? When they don't have the plastic.
Yeah, not the adjustments.
So I was watching this show called Cynthia that I devour. Like usually I watch a show, but I keep watching other ones. This one I started watching the first episode. I didn't stop till I finished the 7th season. Didn't saw anything else. 3-4 shows per day. I finished the 80-something episodes. It finished last Sunday in CBS. And right away I ordered my hat, right? From the Trident, from the team. When I arrived and I went like this and I said it was closed with the American flag in the back. And I put it on. Look at this beauty. One size fits all. For real. I know. Anyway, I wish I get sponsored by this brand as well. Either way, today we have like I said, really good. But I want to. Do you want to take a start and explain what is a product placement, Jake?
So a product placement, in layman's terms, is when a company pays a movie or television studio money to put their product into the movie, whether it be in the foreground or the background. It usually depends on the agreement, or whether in the case of a movie like Back to the Future, for example, Pepsi paid a lot of money to be not only placed sporadically in the background, but also be mentioned by name in the movie. Multiple times, actually.
Yeah, everything will depend on the negotiation. But the most important is that it needs to feel seamless, right?
Mm-hmm.
It needs to be part of the script. It needs to be part of the organic way to communicate. Why? Because if the movie is a success, people will start consuming that product more.
But what's interesting though is it's usually the dead giveaway for me, at least, of product placement is phones, like the phones and computers that people use, because it'll oftentimes be only one kind, especially if it's product placement. So for example, I think it's the Aero series. I could be wrong, but this is coming to mind, is very curiously they used only Windows products, including the phones.
Well, let me tell you why. I can tell you why, because when Apple started doing product placement, I'm gonna start with the crazy nerdy stuff. They get bombarded by a lot of people, and they were supporting. However, when they start Apple TV, they cut everyone because everyone in Apple TV products uses Apple.
Hmm.
So it's part of the big production matters and money. Obviously everything comes from the phones. Because I don't know if you pay Apple TV, but it's $5.99, and you have productions like the best of the best of the best. But this because they use it as a promotional device or as a tool to, to share the integrity of the product and make a test. But I have a list, and I don't know if you want to go through the list, and we can talk about each of the movies, right? We're gonna talk about the top when but before two things I want to talk. In the 80s, everybody smokes in the TV shows because and you can see the Marlboro, right? Or
Hmm.
Marlboro, as we said in Latin America, the Marlboro, right? Or the what was the name of this show? Tom Selleck always drink the same in
Was that Magnum PI?
Magnum PI. So it was everywhere, but I'm gonna talk the first the one that is more famous, right? Not because of the movie itself, because what it explode, right? E.T. 1982. The use of Reese's Pieces in the film helped boost sales of the candy significantly after it was featured as a way to lure E.T. Remember in the movie when they show him the Reese's Pieces and he comes and
Hmm.
bite it? They skyrocket the sales because all the kids in the 80s, if the dad needed to do something, the baby boomers of the generation X, come here, come here. So that's one of the best example. And ET. When was the last time you watched ET? For me, it's been a while, bro.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I don't know if
I
our
never really,
usual
I never really loved E.T. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't hate it. Like, I don't think it's a garbage film.
ET, come on,
I just never
ET.
loved it.
Oh. Anyway,
Ellie.
you know what is funny that and I always gonna make fun of this. The double in Spanish is really good,
I can
but
imagine.
it's
I can imagine
but
that's
it's really
hilarious.
it's hilarious. Eat Yamakasa. That was so funny, man. Eat Yamakasa. Right? It's so funny because I try not to watch the movies in Spanish, but sometimes you run on them, and
Yeah,
bro,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it, that was so emblematic that actually became a trendy thing in the early 2000 when you called the phone and like, who is it? Iti Yamakasa, right? Because it was really funny. You know what is really, really, really something that if you're learning Spanish like you, Jake, and want to have a laugh, watch Star Wars with a Spanish from Spain double. Why? Because they don't call him Luke Skywalker.
It's
They call him
Skywalker.
Luke Trotacielos. Skywalker,
Like, but literally.
Trotacielos. Like little, no, in Spain, I know where I'm going the other way, but because of the Franco rule, it says that movies, and this changed in the last 10 years, but before that, movies weren't allowed to be in the original language. They need to be doubled in Spain
Oh,
to
okay.
preserve
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
language. It
yeah,
was
yeah.
a governmental ruling.
Because the
So
Spanish language
everything,
was ever in danger of dying out.
no, but because Franco was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't want to go into a history rule, but that was the ruling. I think I mentioned this before. I was
What
traveling in
year was
Spain.
that? That goes back to
Franco, yeah,
thir-
from the probably
well, I mean,
40s.
he came to power in 35, so
Yeah, so probably the 40s established, and they even everything changed the ruling state
mm,
because people got used to watch movies just in Spanish and not with subtitles. So I
ah.
remember I don't know if I'm traveling or living in Spain. No, I just arrived in Spain, and the first Thor movie, right, was released. And I'm super excited because if you remember, that was one of the first Marvel movies, right? And I'm really excited because I'm in a comic van and I go and buy my ticket for the premiere. In my mind, I'm not understanding what I'm just sharing with you now and with all the audience. And I go there, and the first moment when Thor goes like this, say, Venga, Mahoney, give him tráeme mi mazo. I said, what the fuck is going on, dude? It was so funny that to see Chris Hemsworth with a Spanish from Spain. But like I say, if you're learning Spanish or you speak Spanish and you never have seen Star Wars, just go on Disney Plus, another brand, and you have all the languages for all the movies, and just put Spanish, not Latin Americans. Just
Yeah.
put Spanish.
I will say this though, and it's because it's something you don't pick up on until you start learning Spanish as a language, but I the Spanish accent to me is just it's silly, man. It's really silly.
It's silly, silly. It's I don't know if I shared this with you. My mom is from Spain.
Your mom's from
but
Spain?
yeah, so you wouldn't believe, and they've been trying to push it as a urban legend, but it's not. It's real. You know what? Everybody talks like that in Spain.
No.
13, 12, 12 or 13th century, right?
Uh-huh.
The king of Spain, he was that, what's the...
He had a
I
lift.
know, a lift. So if you don't think like that, and somebody don't talk like that, he got them killed.
I can see how an urban legend like that would spread because that is wow topic, but talking about subliminal messaging and how it affects people differently. So this is apparently a thing. Apparently, at least across like the Latino community that I've come to know, you might be excluded, but you lived in Spain, so you might view it differently. The Spanish accent's really popular among the ladies, Spanish-speaking ladies, and I can't for the life of me understand why.
You mean that they feel attraction to the
Yeah,
Spanish?
yeah, like they think it's sexy.
I find that when I talk like this, when you listen to the thing is in Mexico and whole Latin America, there's different accents. Like in the States, you have the North, the South, Louisiana, right? And yeah, the Spanish accent is different. I mean, but if you guys are doubting what we're saying, just look at Antonio Banderas. Antonio Banderas talks like shit for me. And he
And
married Melanie Griffith. Antonio Banderas,
see,
he talks like he
I think
talks like that.
he gruffed up his accent a bit though, since
No,
he
no, no,
made
no,
it big.
no. No. They talk like that since forever. That's the way they talk. But
In
the way
Spanish?
they speak Spanish in English, like the Pussy Boots or whatever the fucking movie he does.
See, I disagree. That made so here's so my first knowingly introduction to the Spaniard dialect, the Spaniard accent was a movie starring Mario Casas. And
Mm.
dude is, and I've heard it from more than him, so like it's definitely a thing. And now I can pick up on it. I'm like, oh, and now I can hear it. I'm like, oh, this is from Spain. But like I'm hearing this guy talk, and I'm like, this dude's supposed to be sexy when he goes around and talk like this.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a leap. It's a leap. It's like,
it's a
but you know
lisp
what? Now, let me tell you something. It's totally different. The people from Barcelona, from the people from Valladolid, of the people from Madrid.
from Barcelona.
First of all, in Barcelona, they think that they're an independent country inside Spain,
Hmm.
and they speak Spanish, but they speak Barça, right? And it's another language with different accents.
Where do they speak Castilian again?
Castilian is in Castillejo. Castellano is actually Spanish.
Yeah. But it's a dialect of Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know. It gotta be Castilla. That's what
I would think, but
I would
yeah.
assume that. You want me to Google it?
No, yeah.
Anyway, that was a joke. I could ask my mom really. But,
Justin says sounds like Quebec in Canada.
yeah, Justin, exactly like that. But the people from Barcelona, I mean, don't take me wrong. I love that town. It's my second favorite city in the world. But when they start speaking not Spanish, their own language, it's like what the fuck? Like what the fuck with the fuck by the fuck? But yeah, anyway, I don't know how we got here because we were talking about Iti Yamakasa.
I want to watch it now. I want to watch that shit.
Yeah.
So how does he say ow? Does he go I?
I
Are you seriously? Is that
E.T.
what he
phone,
says?
yeah, E.T. phone home is E.T. Yamakasa. It's really funny. Um,
Well, I mean, and for those of you who don't know, he's literally saying ET calls home.
yeah,
Yeah.
phone song. Yeah, yeah, calls.
Well, llama. I'm not going to lecture you on Spanish. You know, contextually, yes, it's phone.
Contextually, yeah, in Spanish we don't call, we bring the phone.
Llamar for English speakers, the best way I can describe the verb llamar is literally to call, but it can
To
mean call
call.
on the phone. It can mean to call oneself. Like as far that's why you say como te
Yeah,
llamas,
yeah,
y
it's just
or me llamo. You know, you can say mi nombre es, pero I almost said it in Spanish. You can say mi nombre es, but
yeah. But if
no,
somebody tell you mi nombre es, you know that he got a special problem with his
or
phone
he's
because it's
or he's
still phone.
American.
Yeah, it's
So,
American English. Yes.
yo soy. Yeah, I almost said pero.
Pero, yeah, but it's really funny, and I'm pretty sure you guys follow this podcast. Sometimes when I'm really excited about something, I put the pero in the
Sometimes
middle
I do
of the
that shit
English.
because
I'm like
pero
talking in English, blah 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 blah, whatever, pero because
it rolls off the
into
tongue.
the it's so into the Spanish,
Well, but it rolls off the tongue. Once you learn it, it rolls
yeah,
off the tongue so much easier than but. Or
yeah,
my
it's
problem is anytime I'm speaking French, I'll say pero instead of me.
yeah. Well, you're a French speaker. I'm not. The only thing I know how to in French is the wah was killed by the choo choo. Anyway,
So it's like my
uh,
Spanish.
no, you speak really good Spanish. I mean, for your mental capacity, you're doing good.
I'm doing great.
um, let's move to the next movie. The next movie, and it's a good example. James Bond. All the James Bond series.
Oh,
The films are
yeah.
known for expensive product placement with brands like Aston Martin, Rolex, and a variety of alcoholic beverages, not only Heineken and Smirnoff. Like brutally, man. Who doesn't know the car from James Bond's car? Right, it's the Aston Martin. In every year, that probably they pay all the product placement from James Bond. Probably got to be 25 to 30% of the expenses of the movie because they're really good on that. James Bond was designed to promote the brand. At the beginning, they were trying to promote the English brands, but then they totally expand massively. Um, Now this is not a obviously James Bond doesn't have a lot of following this generation. I wasn't a fan of James Bond, never been, but whole thing I want to talk about. First of all, the movie's amazing. We talk about this director, but Castaway in the 2000.
Major
The
product
problem,
placement for UPS, yeah.
no. Played them from FedEx through the movie, where Tom Hanks' character works for the company, highlights in the story and integrates with the plot seamlessly, right? Seamlessly. Why? Because Castaway, come on, dude. Who doesn't like Castaway? And I want to talk about the brand itself. I got my notes here because the FedEx. I don't know if you got that information with you. I send you the. Go ahead, please.
Oh no, I'm just saying I don't like Castaway as a film.
Why?
Because if I wanted to watch Tom Hanks talk to a volleyball, I'd just
But you're going. They're going just to the what people will say right away. Castaway feeling is a really good script, and the
I
versatility of
will
just having
I
one actor.
I will concede. I will concede this. Okay. I'm not much like ET. I'm not saying Castaway is a bad film. I'm just saying I didn't care
We
for it.
don't like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going
I
to
mean,
say
no,
it's a
but
bad I'm not going to say it's a bad movie because Tom Hanks does great. And yeah, that's FedEx, not UPS for Castaway.
yeah. So the FedEx, if you realize, the optical illusion in FedEx logo is one of the most recognizable features. There's an arrow between, check this out. There's an arrow in white between the letters E and X. It represents quickness, precision, the pursuit of excellence, and tenacity in the face of the adversity. Have you noticed that it's an arrow there?
between the E and the X.
Yes, and I did when that was pointed out to me, now I can't unsee it, and I'm like, that
Yeah.
is genius.
Yeah, and that's part of the subliminal thing that we're gonna be talking today. So Castaway, FedEx, the Arrow, and everything that happened in the movie is because of FedEx, the good and the bad. So I like that they took the risk because the plane crashes and it's a FedEx plane. And at the end, even he finds love bringing the FedEx thing to her. So I like it. I'm
Well,
much
you know
most
what?
content.
You know what? Okay, and that frame, I can appreciate that. That's pretty. It's like you said, that's pretty brave, but simultaneously brilliant product placement.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Because
one of
by
the
the
best.
end of the film, and see, that's the luxury, okay? And this is why my personal belief, I think product placement is a lot safer in a movie because assuming you're watching it in a theater, right? Which is
Yeah.
the bulk of what you're paying for, is nobody's going to leave in the middle of Castaway because they feel bad about FedEx now. And by the end of the movie, you've got the warm fuzzies. It's a little bit riskier with television.
Yeah, television. I got a great example, and if you allow me, it was down in because right now
Or I'm talking about the biggest ones, but the ranch with
Hmm.
the guy that I used to care deeply and believe that he was amazing, Ashton Kutcher and the rapist. I love when I see the ranch. Man, it was one of my favorite shows lately. But it's something that I adore. I don't like. I adore is the product placement in that show. They talk about the milk, the protein shake, Under Armour, Ford, Chrysler, the brands of the guns, the brands of the hats, the kind of shampoo. They use around 6 to 9 product placement in one 25 minutes episode. And they took it's so well written that you don't feel it,
I was just going
right?
to ask because I've seen The Ranch and I never really, the product placement never really screamed to me. So I was going to praise it, but I also haven't finished it. So I didn't know if that was something that they got a little bit more
No,
obnoxious for later.
no. It's the same. I mean, the guys talk about Apple, Microsoft, and they get money for all that.
See, now I'm trying to think. There was a TV show or movie that it'll come to me, of course, it'll come to me after the podcast, but I remember they did a segment where it was super well, okay, I have two complaints. Um, this movie, I wish I could remember it because it was such a blatant example of like product placement done bad because they interrupt a scene to basically walk you through how to use a product in the narrative and they mention it by name. So it's always like those pharmaceutical commercials where they're like, if you suffer from uh what was that? Like medium to extreme eczema, like speak as though no one would ever talk. Ah, what movie was that? Shit.
And while you think about it, I just put the Ranch TV show product placement, and it's 8 pages with every episode. Episode season 4, episode 20. They say Under Armour hoodie worn by Aston Kutcher. They talk about it because they talk about it. Keto handmade vodka bottle in episode 4. Sorry, in the same episode 20. In the same episode, vodka, Budweiser. Then in the same episode, oat cereal, beach whiskey. In the same episode, Old Crown Bourbon's whiskey. In the same episode, the new era cap worn by Aston Kutcher. In the same episode, James Black Barrel Irish whiskey. I'm gonna just keep saying the same episode. Budweiser beer enjoyed by them. Home Depot, Bud Light, Amazon Pride box, Carhartt Hooded Jack. This is the same episode. Budweiser, Miller Lite, My Glove Ultra Past, Keystone Light, Dutch Shepherd, AW Root Beer, Keystone Light Beer, Coors Light. That's just one episode. It's crazy. They did really good, and it was seamless. Why? Because say, hey, bring me a beer. What do you want? Coors Light? No, that's bullshit. Bring me the other one. Like that. They
Yeah.
had. He's always wearing Under Armour, and it's really good.
I re
It's like a lesson how to write a script with product placement. Right.
yeah, I remembered my example. So yeah, I don't remember. You've seen One Tree Hill, right?
Which one?
One Tree Hill.
the TV show.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. A long
Gen-
time ago.
Generally speaking, they're pretty good with product placement, but there's one episode, man, one episode where they just so it's the Dare Night episode, and Felix, the character Felix, who's drummed this whole thing up. For those of you who haven't seen the show, I'll give you the synopsis. New kid in town, Felix, organizes a Dare Night, and part of it is the teams have to take these. Which God, this will make you feel ancient if you recognize this device. It was a flip phone with a camera in it, and this was new technology at the time. But Felix's line is actually, each of you take this singular phone. You young kids don't know what singular is. Singular used to be a wireless provider, which was eventually bought up and absorbed by AT&T. So it was the precursor to AT&T Mobile. However, no one ever said the phrase singular phone unless they were buying a cell phone.
Wow.
So it's a really off-putting and jarring line. Generally speaking, One Tree Hill's very good with their product placement. It's seamless, and even when they do mention a brand, it's in the script because like Sunkist was a big sponsor for them, and they write Sunkist in as a sponsor in the show, so they can do a really subtle like sponsored by Sunkist, where it's actually sponsored by Sunkist, but it is in the show too. But that one
Mm.
time, man, it was glaring, and then the worst example of product placement I have ever seen, and they should be ashamed of this. I know you haven't watched it because it's only available on Daily Wire, the movie Lady Ballers. And don't worry, I tore this movie a new one for this when we did a review of it on Average Intelligence. They actually, in the middle of the movie, go into a Jeremy's Razor commercial. Now, I don't mean the guys are all together in a scene and be like, "Oh, I need a shave. How about a Jeremy's razor?" No, they do an actual Jeremy's razor commercial in the middle of this movie, and then go back to a narrative scene, and I was just like, "I, damn it,
Yeah,
guys!"
but you need to know how to do it
And they
because
didn't. They could have.
if they do, when you do it super obvious like Gwen's World, that it becomes funny, right?
See,
Or
they were going for that, but it didn't land the way they wanted it
have
to.
you noticed that news or podcast brand, they always seems like they're gonna be able to deliver, but they always don't accomplish. I think that too many hands are moving the pot in that channel.
And
You can anyway. Number four, the Lego Movie. While it's essentially a feature-length commercial for Lego, the film cleverly integrates Lego sets and products into the narrative smooth,
including Crazy Glue.
including Crazy. Yeah. Um, I mean, that's implied. We don't need to talk about Lego, but this one changed the path of a brand. I don't. Let me see if you can, and hopefully the audience. I don't know if we have comments in the audience because I'm not looking at the screen. I got the other screens busy, but this one changed the brand so much that if you pay attention, that brand support Tom Cruise for his whole career so far. 1986, Top Gun. The film significantly boosts sales of Ray-Ban aviator sunglasses, leading a resurgence in popularity of the brand. The brand was like this, and instead of paying commercial, they put money for Top Gun.
So, yeah.
Everyone was just that.
Funny you mentioned Top Gun because Top Gun holds a couple of firsts when it comes to selling things. Top Gun was, I believe, it was the first massively successful VHS purchased, and also this is great. I love this little nerdy shit. So Top Gun made a lot of money by agreeing to, of all things, put a Diet Pepsi commercial at the front end of the VHS release. They made a shit ton of money for that. Did your headphones go out?
My headphones went out for a second, but
For a second.
keep going.
Well, so if you and actually on my channel
channel. We own a company of many podcasts, but I have my own channel because I'm the big boss. But don't call me boss because I get upset if you call me boss. Yeah, sorry. Did I say that aloud?
It's product placement. So anyway, on my channel, RTA Media, I did a video I did a video a little bit before
I
the.
hate when you have your brand behind you.
I'll never sell out.
I never sell out. Listen to Again and Forever.
Well, wow, you know what? Perfect segue because Again and Forever is one of the sponsors of this fine show. So, what is
You know
Again
how
and
much
what
what is
is
Again
Again
and
and
Forever?
Forever?
Again and Forever is a concept of those particular songs that they're always in your life and they're gonna stay with you forever. So we are doing this new album that is coming in January 29, thanks to our managed marketing team. We're gonna release one single. Check this out, Jake. One single every month. And month 10, month 11, they're gonna release the album completely. Chronicles of a Serial Killer. Everyone is a different volume. Every song will have their own music video. Every song will have their own perception of every song is a perception of a serial killer. The song is adapted and reimagined from famous songs for the perception of a serial killer. What date are we today? What day is today?
Today is
Uh,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, October 22nd. You'll see that before the sixth single is out, that people are going to start copying that trend. I'm saying it on October 22nd of 2024. Nobody has done in the whole world, 8 billion people, nobody has done famous songs reimagined from the perspective of a serial killer. Because it's something deep. Everyone in the website will be all the information in forceandcorporation.com. We go to Again and Forever, and yeah, be ready. We're almost few people have listened to some of the tracks, Jake here, and I'm really proud. It's sounding really good.
You should. They are. Um, but my bit about Top Gun, shortly before the release of Top Gun Maverick, I did a video, 5 things you may not know about Top Gun, and that commercial at the front end of the VHS release was one of them. But that was a trend for a little while. So some of the ones I can think of off the top of my head are like the VHS release of Rockadoodle, for example. I don't know if you know that movie. At least in the United
No.
States, the VHS had a Whisk laundry detergent commercial at the beginning of it. And probably the most nostalgic one, though, if you're around between the ages of 30 to 40, you probably know about this at
Oh,
the.
I'm way younger than that, so I can.
Oh no, you know about this virus. At the beginning of the at least the American release VHS of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret of the Ooze, there's that real iconic Pizza Hut commercial that you don't know is a Pizza Hut commercial until the very end because they got the song about playing in the outfield and some asshole uploaded that to Instagram and I got all in the feels, man. That took me back
Wow. Nice.
hardcore.
You know what other brand was brought back? Not the brand itself, the model of the brand. Transformers. The films featured numerous product placements, most notably Chevrolet, which highlight the vehicles, particularly the Corvette. Remember that it was that Corvette and the Chevy Camaro. That brand disappeared, and after Transformers, they started doing the Chevy Camaro again. Obviously, transforming into Bumblebee. That used to be a Volkswagen, but they lost the
That's true.
rights because Chevy Camaro put more money than like the old BB. Now I don't know. I never seen this show, the one that I'm going to talk about. Like I said, I'm talking about the most famous. And interrupt me if you want to talk more about Transformers. It's not our piece of cup of tea, but I like it. This
Did you
show I
watch
never seen it.
did you watch Transformers 1?
No. I have a life and I don't need to
Haha.
go with
No,
kids.
surprisingly good. Actually, I think you would have liked it.
I saw the
See,
trailer.
the thing is, though, here's the thing. I said the same thing, and I'm in the theater.
Yeah,
I'm in the theater.
but
I'm
I
like,
was
holy
sober
shit.
in my beliefs.
I'm telling you, you'll like it because I'm literally in the theater, and I'm like, holy
I'm
shit.
gonna watch it probably, but I'm in the streaming services. But
Sure, yeah, but I'm sitting there in the theater. I'm like, holy shit. I think I like this
it's
movie.
really rare. You know that it's really rare that I miss a movie because of the membership of the sponsor that we have with AMC. Anyway, so yeah, dude, we really do a lot of product placements here. This show in particular, I never seen it.
probably catch one or two episodes that I didn't pay attention. Sex and the City.
Oh yeah, that
The
has a
show that
ton.
featured Manolo Blahnik's shoes will become iconic in the context of the TV series. Me personal, right? Why? Because the target is totally off for me. I'm not a homosexual guy or a woman between that age, so right. And for the time that my girlfriend was watching it, right, we were dating after the show started, so it wasn't okay. This one is really good because this one paid 20% of the movie, The Social Network in 2010. The film shows Facebook early days while prominently display Apple products, enhancing the tech-savvy vibe of the company.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong.
You're wrong.
Well, no, and help me remember because this was had Apple really hadn't had its product resurgence at the beginning of the film. Obviously, by the end of it, it had, but because this would have been Facebook was founded. I remember Facebook. I remember hearing
No,
about
no, no,
Facebook. No, no,
no,
no.
no. Facebook was released in 2008, correct?
I think that's when it got huge. I'd heard about it the first time in 2004, but it was
However,
new.
but Mac was from 1979, and then it went down in the 80s. Then Pixel grew back, and the time that Facebook started working, Facebook was already in the high. I mean, sorry, Mac was already going on. So actually, it wasn't a factor for Mac the movie, right? It just happened to happen, you know. Now, this one, the way that they integrate these brands is fantastic. Again, and I want to show this because you're going to start seeing a tendency for this director to use product placement more than anyone. Because the second movie for him, Forrest Gump. The film features several brands like Coca-Cola and Apple. He talks about the Apple brand. He talks about the Apple logo, right? And it weaving them into the fabric of the story across the different decades. So he shows us Coca-Cola a lot, you know. So
Dr.
again,
Pepper.
same direct. Dr. Pepper,
So
like Dr. Pepper.
fun fact out there for all of you people. A lot of people don't know this. Dr. Pepper is an independent company. It is not owned by Coca-Cola or Pepsi. That is why you'll see in several restaurants and movie theaters anywhere that sell soft drinks, it's a separate contract, believe it or not. So like McDonald's has Dr. Pepper, so does Taco. Oh no, Taco Bell has Mr. Pibb.
Taco Bell
No,
doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a fan of Taco Bell, but McDonald's has Dr. Pepper. I know.
yes. But
Because if you want a quick meal with a low price, McDonald's is your one. Dude, I really want to start doing that forever. I'm just gonna call the agency so they bring us every product place.
hey man, I'm loving it.
I know. Keep going, keep going.
I'm just kidding.
Anyway,
Oh
no,
man,
to be
if
honest
only
with
I
you,
had if only I had something. Man, I really wish I had Robitussin. Robitussin is fantastic if you have a if you have a bad
go,
with fast
go,
gentle
go.
relief. Robitussin can make you feel better like that. Also,
Anyways,
fun fact. I had read because I started feeling a little sick. I started feeling the tickle in the throat, so to speak. So I had
that
read,
was the set.
yeah, I had read that if you take zinc just when you start feeling sick, it helps. I can concur. It does. Don't take it 2 days in a row. You will throw up.
Oh well, hold on a second, bro. Depending, I take zinc all the time, and I double my doses, like daily, and I
What's
double my
your
doses when I start feeling sick.
what's your dosage though? Because I think I'm
I don't
taking.
know.
I think I took too
Remember that
much.
my girl is the guru of thing. Like, look at
Well,
this
because
one.
here's the thing,
Look
and
at
this
this
might
perfection. I
well
didn't
this
have beard.
yeah
It's
this
just what I eat.
this is probably going to vary per person, but what I had
Take a
read is
book.
what I what I had read was don't exceed 70 milligrams in a day. and I think I did on accident, just on a 24-hour cycle, because the zinc pills that I bought were 50 milligram tablets, and I think I accidentally took 100 by mistake in a 24-hour cycle. And I'll tell you, it works fast.
It works fine, but you know who took a lot that did supposed to do it? The Titanic. It sank. Sorry. Sorry, people. That's what we have a podcast, and I'm not a stand-up comedian. So sorry, dude, come on, give me one, all right? The
This podcast
Simpsons.
this podcast is in no way associated with the White Star Line Company.
Unless you want to have a last amazing cruise.
Yeah, it's great.
The Starline, don't let go. Anyway, The Simpsons animated series is known for its satirical take on product placement, featuring numerous real brands and humorous context, which has become an integral part of the identity of the Simpsons.
Oh, The
Simpsons has
Simpsons,
been
yeah.
alive for so many years because of that, people.
I have a question.
I don't answer problem.
Why have they not created a Duff beer yet?
It actually exists. If you go to
It does?
on the Universal Studios, you can drink adult beer.
Ah,
I
okay.
never tried because I don't drink. And let me clarify that because I gotta see a lot of things. I'm not sober, guys. I never had a problem. I just decide that my body don't want to be tainted by that. So somebody told me, "Are you sober?" And I was looking at this comedian, the guy, the pretty kid that I don't like,
Matt Rife?
Matt Rife. Actually, I started liking him better when I see his stand-up comedy. I don't like when he messes with people. For me, he's too arrogant. But his stand-up is good. He says that it's funny how people you need to repeat several times when you are sober to make people understand and believe it. It's like, are you sober? Really? Yes. Really? They're like, yes, dude, I just told you yes. So you don't drink at all? I just told you I'm sober.
As
Really?
someone, yes, I can vouch
Not
for that.
even one? You're like, dude, I just told you that. Yeah.
Yep.
But that's funny how
It's
people
it's
do that.
it's one of two things. It's that exactly like you just said, or they instantly start acting like, because they misunderstand, and kudos to them for trying to be, nice about it, but they misunderstand and think that by sober you mean in recovery.
Yeah, but I've never been an alcoholic. So
I
I
know,
was
that's what I'm
sober by
saying. So they
choice.
assume that you're a recovering alcoholic. That's the other reaction you'll get fairly
Yeah,
often.
because people think that the word sober means I was an addict, I was alcoholic, I'm recovered. No, sober means that I don't drink alcohol.
Yeah.
But if we try to educate the
Technically
American
sober
culture of
means you're
language,
not technically sober means you're not inebriated at the moment, but
yeah, correct, not even. So
so
I
I'm
don't drink alcohol.
I'm
Anyway,
always sober.
there you go. Back to the Future Part 2. This
Oh,
futuristic Pepsi protocol, the Pepsi Perfect, this clever placement even led to a limited edition release of the beverage for fans. That and Joss, remember Joss? When he get it?
what number was it? Was it Joss 3000 or?
Oh, I don't remember. Well, no, it was just 8.
That's right, it was Jaws 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember perfectly.
Oh, that's great.
Now this one I didn't notice till I start preparing also for this podcast. I never noticed it, but probably I went and ate a Jello pudding because of that. Jurassic Park. The character of Dr. Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum, famously drink a kind of Jello pudding associated the product with the thrilling adventure film. I didn't notice that, but it was good.
No, I didn't.
There was, you're gonna be certain. You know what will be funny if we actually have all the products and every time we say something, we're doing it. The Devil Wears Prada. Well, come on, right?
Obviously.
Prada, Chanel, Gucci, luxury fashion. It was a movie that I know a lot of people like. I got not my target movie.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh,
A couple of times. It's not bad. It's fun. It's not something that I will watch again.
yeah, I like it. I watch it every now and again, every several years
Every 28 days when you are depressed.
with my Kit Kat ice cream.
Shut the fuck up. Kiss ice cream is
I'm not hating it. I still haven't tried it though. Fun fact.
you just suck. It's a channel. that I've been writing the guys because I really want to have them in the podcast. That the channel is called Be a Man. That doesn't comes. Have you seen it? I sent
I
you
love
a
those
couple,
guys.
right? Those guys, because I wrote them a couple of times. They haven't have if you guys somebody knows them, tell them to contact us because I found him hilarious because he said the most inappropriate, misogynistic, macho thing, right? And at the end says, "Be a man." So eating, if you have ice cream and it's a Kit Kat, eat it from the cup, right? Till you throw up and poop blood. Be a man. It's like so funny. Anyway, we talk about this. Wayne's World, 1992. The film humorously incorporated product placement with characters breaking the fourth wall and directly advertising brands like Pizza Hut, Doritos, Nike, Reebok. They do everything in that sketch. Now, that sketch was used previously in Saturday Night Live. So, another one that is really smooth because at the beginning of the script, they didn't use the phones in this movie that I'm going to mention to incorporate, but they incorporate so good in the Matrix, the film feature memorable scene with the product placement of Nokia,
I was
their
gonna say
cell phones.
Nokia. Yep.
Yeah.
Which they should have
So
just used Nokia as weapons in that movie.
yeah, but I guess they decide not to, right? Now this one I think is like I will never write something like that because it's so creative. Zoolander in 2001. You know what brand pay a lot of money? Diesel. You remember the scene when all the models are putting diesel on them?
In what movie?
Zoolander.
Zoom. Ah,
Right? So they did a humorous thing, and but they promote. It's really hard for a brand like Diesel to get the opportunity to promote in a movie, so it's pretty cool.
orange mocha frappuccinos.
Really, really, ready? Are you ready for this? I can do the boost here. No, 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 bro, come on,
You know, purse your lips more.
come on. You're not gonna tell me how dude. Come on, I create that thing. Anyway, iRobot 2004. The futuristic setting includes product placement for brands like Audi, obviously, showcasing the vehicles and advanced technology within the film narrative. And it became so famous that the robots and the cars are like the new presentation of Tesla robots and Tesla cars.
Hmm.
How the world goes, right?
Well, that's life imitate. That's art imitating life, imitating art.
Exactly.
So, for the viewers, so rhetorically, I will ask Virus, is there something that they do in film and TV production that is the opposite of product placement?
Yes. Yes and no. Because you can destroy a brand saying something bad about them. But if it's well adapted to the script, you can negotiate something.
Well, so what I'm getting at is sometimes when you're watching a TV show, Big Bang Theory is notorious for this because they all have different computers of different brands. So I think Alienware is actually a paid product placement because Sheldon's computer, you can see the logo, but Raj, for example, uses an Apple computer, but there's a sticker covering the logo. And
Because
sometimes
that's because the Apple didn't approve the
exactly.
thing.
Yep. Yep. And then probably the most common example you'll find is anytime there are like water bottles in the scene and the labels are peeled off or they have some generic thing. My favorite one, I forget what movie it was, but they had Fiji water, which is a very distinctive bottle.
Yeah.
But the labels were peeled off, so they, couldn't do it. But then also there's a little tidbit, and I know you're aware of this because you lawyer motherfucker. Incidental inclusion.
Yeah, incidental inclusion. Look at you.
Hey, I went to school too.
Yeah. There's I don't remember the brand, but there's a coffee brand that appears in every movie because it's syndicate.
Mm.
And if you pay attention in every TV show, they use the same one. I can find it that movie scenes. I'm trying to Google it because that brand is in everything. So if you see a movie, it will be that brand, and the brand actually doesn't exist. is created just by entertainment. Now,
Oh, it's like how
let's
everybody's
talk.
phone number is 555.
Yeah. Now, other thing that we need to talk is when that I want to talk before we continue the list, so we can have a different dynamic. Is when they try to do something and it doesn't work, right? I don't know if you remember in 2008 the KFC dollar snacker.
No, I don't remember that.
KFC drew negative attention in 2008 when it aired a commercial for its dollar snacker featuring a green dollar bill in the lettuce. You have
Ooh.
to slow this commercial down to see, but when you see it, you cannot see it. So you have the KFC snack that is like hamburger and the lettuce, flirty like that. One is a dollar bill. And why it doesn't work? First of all, it's sloppy. Second, there is a dollar bill. No one needs to be reminded that KFC and goal is to make us spend money. So
Hmm.
it didn't work out at all, right? Now,
Do you
another one that,
remember?
go
Well,
ahead.
do you remember? I forget what year it was, and I think they're bringing it back, but it's a little bit different. What year was that? Around Halloween time, this time of year, Burger King did a limited run of black bund Whoppers.
I got an example from Burger King, but not this one. So go ahead.
Well, they only did it 1 year because
Wonder why.
they inadvertently caused a little health scare for a minute there because and I fell prey to this. Although I realized what had happened, I wasn't thinking I was dying, but a lot of people after eating said black Whopper, um, for those of you who don't know, black is a really, really hard color to dye because it takes a lot to be pure black. Otherwise, it's very easy to make something come out like light gray. Um, because of the dye they used, it must have had a green base because when you pooped after you ate said Whopper, um, it looked like leprechaun turds. I'll just put it that way. I mean, I'm talking
So you
green.
literally, for the first time, it was green.
It was
You were
green, but
you
like,
were actually throwing Hulk kids to the pool.
but no, I mean like very vibrant forest green. And
Oh,
I'm like,
really? Like,
yeah,
what was the drink that they use in How I Met Your Mother? They go crazy with the green drink. When they drink in college, the that drink that they go
oh,
crazy.
oh, damn it. What is it? Yeah, damn. I
Come
can't
on, dude.
remember. Tantrum!
Tantrum! Tantrum. Yeah,
Tantrum!
God bless the internet. Uh, yeah, I didn't know about that. I don't think I remember that. And I think gotta be more than 10 years ago because right now they say a black hamburger, the racial and the crystal generation and the rock
It
generation will
wasn't,
go crazy.
I want to say that might have been around 24. So yeah, it was probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah. 10 years
God.
ago, we could say fuck and not be accused of pedophiles.
But what's really funny though is Burger King's brought back, it looks like it's purple now. So maybe they're using a different dye that's a little bit more digestible, but
Burger King in 2009 launched an advertising campaign to promote their 7-inch burger, which included a single beef patty, American cheese, salted onion, and a A1 steak sauce. It features a surprised-looking woman in the mouth, a gape facing the product. The caption read, it blows your mind away. And the woman is like this.
yeah.
With the So obviously what it doesn't work, first of all, the implication of anything but subtle. For all that I was trying to sell a sandwich, it laden with sexual metaphor. There was no need to include this kind of imagery, particularly for a product that was absolutely nothing to do with sex. So it blew your mind away. They make them lose a lot of money. That's one of the ones that now remember that they changed the logo of Wendy because they tried something and they fuck it up.
I do remember that.
2013, for the first time since 1983, while it still remained many of the same elements as the original, the new logo attempted to create a positive mental image of the mind of the consumer by including the word mom in the color. It's totally
Mm.
subliminal. Why it doesn't work? Well, few things of Mom Delicious home cooking when visiting a nationwide food chain like Wendy's, so it didn't work. It was really bad. Now, something that I like about the States when I was studying marketing is that you're allowed to attack other brands. In Latin America and in Europe, you cannot say Pepsi sucks, drink Coke. That's against the law.
Huh.
So a great example is when Pepsi versus Coke, how many times they hit each other, right? So
I think that's a little bit. I think that's a little bit different though, because you're talking about two brands that, let's be honest, they don't even need to I don't know why they advertise.
no, they need to. You just touch a fiber with me. Everyone needs to advertise. If not, you get lost into the, like McDonald's need to advertise. If not, people will forget about McDonald's because how many times for the audience, and a question for you, Jake, you haven't talked to that friend in so many years, but you follow him in social media.
Fair.
You know that he's fine, but you don't call him. If the brand doesn't announce, you know that exists, but you don't consume it. And if you don't consume it, there's no money. If there's no money, it's bankruptcy. So that's part of the mental development of the marketing. The other day I was walking in the just doing groceries, and I'm like, dude, they teach us to earn money, to spend money, to earn money in everything. How much you pay for your college? Well, not you. How much a person has college loan? $200,000.
I
From
mean that depends,
from
but
60 to 200,000, right? And even they spend that money or they're paying and they have their debt, they go through the first interview. What they need to do? Go and buy a suit, because regardless of how much you study, you need to buy a suit to show that you are respectable. Then you go to the suit and they told you, okay, do you know something? Okay, you don't have the experience. So what you need to do? Buy a second diploma. How do you buy it? With another loan. And everything is consumism. That I'm not against it, but if you really want to study fast, go to the Phoenix University. Sorry, I was just making another commercial.
hey, I hear that University of Phoenix allows you to take classes from anywhere online.
And remember, they give you a really good price.
Yes, I've heard that they're as much as 60% less than standard in-state universities.
And you don't have to go. You can study from your house. Meanwhile, you're selling your crypto, because there's no better thing than crypto. Meanwhile, you use your Meta Fox wallet.
That's right, Virus. I'm given to understand that at University of Phoenix, you take your classes on your schedule. So you can easily have a job and go to school full time without turning your life upside down.
Yeah, you might finally can go and get the car that you want or the suit that you want, so you go to your work presentable. Anyway,
University of Phoenix. I forget their slogan, but we're going to say it's fly high.
I'm gonna say reborn with education. Anyway, Amazon, the logo on Amazon. I want to talk about the logo on Amazon. One is really, it's a smile, right? But if you realize that the smile is connecting the A to the C, is because you can find everything. The hidden message here is simple. Amazon sells everything from A to Z. It helps us call that Amazon actually does sell everything, right? It's not pushing. It's just reform the channels all in one. So I like that. That works really good. FedEx, we talk about that. This I'm not a fan, but the Pirates of the Caribbean carry the Disney logo on it. The logo, have you seen
Yeah,
that?
I just today I did.
Yeah, because I did my job audience and I sent him everything that we're talking about.
Yeah, what you don't like
Everything,
you
people.
don't like the hidden Mickeys?
That sounds a little nasty, but no,
No, that's what it is. There are hidden Mickeys in every Disney film.
in everything. Now I heard something, and I don't believe it's true, but I don't know if you know. You heard that they want to take Mickey out of the front of Disney?
I heard that. I don't know if it's legit though.
Legally, it's stupid because they said Mickey's gonna be uh public use, but not Mickey. The first movie of Mickey is gonna be public use, and they want to put the little dragon Fanto, Pisto, whatever his name is, a little dragon, right? To
Mushu?
be
No, I
no,
don't
no,
think
no.
that's true.
So I just heard that. I like, yeah, whatever. 2012, The Hunger Games. The film primarily featured brands such as CoverGirl and Mattel, showcasing the marketing aspect of the story dystopian society. Do you like the saga, The Hunger Games? I'm pretty sure you read the books, right?
Well, okay, fun story. I get a lot of hate when I talk about this, but I tried to read the first book. It's fucking terrible. It's
I don't
not
like
good.
the books.
I
I don't.
I like the movies okay. I just to me, and this is nothing against Jennifer Lawrence, but to me, the character of Katniss is just thoroughly unlikable. And I like the movies okay, but I don't love them. And I think the first one's by far the best. But it's also a ripoff of, and the author
Oh,
denies it, but I'm calling bullshit. Hunger Games is a ripoff of Battle Royale.
a battle royale, totally Cerrito.
Speaking of subliminal messaging, though, can you see the gun in the cover?
No. Oh, ooh! But for the audience that is not seeing, we're looking at battle royale cover of the book, and between the two characters, there's a gun and subliminal message. And we're gonna talk about subliminal message in a second because we are doing really good in time. I'm
Look
just
at
gonna finish
us.
with
That
two
wasn't planned, by the way.
no two more movies that I want to talk before we go to subliminal message. Apollo 13. The film includes payment for battle brands like NASA and McDowell Douglas, accurately representing historical context while providing a sense of realism, right? Because that will make you feel something that you most respect about Star Wars and Star Trek, that they don't do product placement because
Well,
they're
how
in
could
other
they?
things. They could, if they want to, they could be drinking a freaking Coca-Cola, have a Coca-Cola can in the middle of Jakku if they wanted to. If they wanted to, everything could be done, right? Uh, the last one, and is the most recent, that is a great example, 2016. Netflix series featured numerous 1980s brands, including Eggo waffles, Coca-Cola, which enhanced the nostalgic feel of the show. Yeah, so that will close my area, right, of product placement before we go to subliminal messages. You want to add something about?
No, I just want to clarify for some people who may not understand, because this was one of the things that when I was in school, people misunderstood a lot about incidental inclusion. Incidental inclusion is not one of your main characters just so happens to be wearing a brand and you get to say, oh, shucks, we mix. No, incidental inclusion is like if you're filming out in public somewhere and somebody walks into frame and just so happens to be wearing like Tommy Hilfiger or something like that. And even then, you can still get in trouble. You claim incidental inclusion, but if it seems very prominent, you might still be on the hook for paying Tommy Hilfiger, which is why
Oh, yeah.
in legit productions, even the extras go through wardrobe and all that good stuff.
And you know what? It's funny, but if you see independent movies, a lot of times they cover the logo of the car or the
Mm,
plate
Mm-hmm.
because they don't have permission to do it. It's just not that they need to pay you. You need to have the permission because if you go and crash a car, let me escalate this. You got it? I'm pretending I'm escalating people that are listening to this. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about the 10 products and brands that face backlash or were canceled with controversial, misleading, or abusive advertising message, including those with subconscious or implicit meaning. Are you ready? The most famous one, of course, is the Camel cigarettes. I don't know if you've seen it. I saw it. The Camel brand logo famously featured a naked man or a suggestive image in the design that was perceived controversially. Additionally, the brand has received criticism for targeting young audience through clever marketing strategies, particularly in the past. So if you grab a cigarettes Camel, in the front leg of the Camel, the left side of the front leg, you can see a guy stand up on the side with erectus phalanx penises.
Yucks.
Yucky ducky. Anyway, so yeah, you can see it clearly. And they actually canceled because that and the Camel was too familiar for kids to consume.
Hmm.
because not of the guy.
It's
However,
Joe Camel was too much of a cartoon character, and I remember Joe Camel.
it was pretty
Yeah,
cool
with
though.
with the
Joe Campbell was good.
sunglasses, and yeah, Joe Camel
Yeah.
was cool. Oh, interesting thing. This isn't so much subliminal. This goes back to what we were talking about, but I- I've shared this before on other podcasts, but I don't think I've ever talked about it on this one. Virus, have you ever seen the film Soylent Green?
No, 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 not that I recall.
Okay, stars Charlton Heston. It's actually a really good movie. I recommend it. But long story short,
Soul Green?
Soylent Green, yes. So the premise of the film, so you'll understand this, and people, you can look this up on Google because it's real, I promise. So the premise of Soylent Green is it's in a dystopian future after a nuclear holocaust.
Of course, I've seen that movie. In Spanish, it was called "When the Future Reach Us." It's about the green cookies, right?
Yes, yeah. Oh, okay. We're
Yeah,
okay. That's an interesting.
yeah. The name in Mexico, in Latin America, of course, this is an old movie, 1973. I haven't even born yet. I feel young right now. Thank you.
Well, I watch. But so for those who haven't seen it, so real food has become a scarce luxury item only for the wealthy. Normal people subsist on artificial uh, sustenance called Soylent, and
Are you
each
gonna ruin it for them?
yes, because they have to
Don't do
understand.
that.
Okay, okay, fine. But Soylents have
Okay,
colors.
just ruin it for them.
No, I won't. I won't.
1973.
Yeah,
Come
spoiler
on.
alert. So they're different colors and they have different nutritional values. However, they have come out with a new one recently called Soylent Green, and Soylent Green contains everything the human body needs.
Wow.
The twist at the end is that Soylent
It's really
Green.
funny that I never seen this before. I'm in shock because soy and land make you believe that.
Mhm.
Yeah, wow. Go
But
ahead, sorry.
Soylent Green is made out of deceased people. And that's the iconic Soylent Green is made of people. Okay, so fast forward to only a couple of years ago, I'm in the grocery store. I look up at the shelf because I'm actually looking for like some protein shake pre-made because I'm lazy. And I look up and what do I see on the shelf?
Soylent Green.
Well, not green, but I see a green bottle named the product name is Soylent.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Wow.
They have green, blue, red, yellow. There's a brown one. But I'm looking at this and I start laughing in the middle of the grocery store, mind you. I start laughing hysterically. And
I'm looking at it. Soylent Original Nutritional Replacement Protein and the Soylent Mint Chocolate Plant Protein Replacement. Wow.
I am now convinced that there's somebody in that company who's the only one who knows about that movie and is just guffawing laughing every day because he or she is the only person that gets the joke. And they've created a massive company. And nobody in the upper echelon knows. Either that or the founder is like Elon Musk and likes a good troll.
Wow. If people want to watch this movie, please, it's in Amazon. Bro, I never knew that the movie was named like that. In Spanish, it's called Cuando el destino nos alcance, when the destiny reach us. Isn't that crazy? I'm totally shocked. Because when you say that, like, how come me haven't watched this movie? Isn't that crazy? So anyway, that's a good thing. I'm pretty sure I'm with you. Somebody's having a blast every day.
Every day.
So the infamous 2017 Pepsi featuring Kendall Jenner received significant backlash for trivializing social justice movements and was accused of appropriating serious social issues for commercial gain, leading into his swift withdrawal. I don't know if you remember this, but it was one of the brands that they and I'm just talking about the bad ones, right? Let's not talk about the good ones. We already talked about the good
I
ones.
tell you what, when they're bad, boy, they're bad.
Yeah, man. 1990, Calvin Klein. The brand faced criticism and controversy over the provocative advertising, which were deemed too sexual and inappropriate, particularly those despising young models and suggestive posts. Give me a suggestive post. If you people are just listening to this on Spotify, sorry, hard. Radio Amazon, I really suggest that just for this moment, at minute 1 hour and 11, you go and watch our posting because it was funny good. And just put a like and share. Remember, though 2017, though faced backlash from a Facebook ad in 2017 that showed a black woman transforming into a white woman, which many consider racially insensitive and promoting harmful ideas about beauty standards. Who the fuck in 2017 thought that that was a good idea?
Someone who
You know who
clearly
paid?
got fired.
Yeah, you know who paid for that commercial? Michael Jackson. Probably.
Oh, speaking of ads that went awry,
Dude, I can't believe what I'm reading. In the same year, Dove didn't fuck it up as much as Nivea. You know the cream, the lotion, Nivea?
Nivea, yep,
Nivea. Sorry, I call it Nivea. What is the name? Nivea.
Nivea.
Nivea. Faced criticism in the same year, 2011, advertising that implied white is purity.
Ooh.
There is message in the skincare products. The ad was condemned for its over racial message and insensitivity. Legal is to cancellation by the law. Isn't that crazy, dude?
Yeah, not to get off topic, but isn't it interesting when you find the opposite, when you find an ad or a slogan or an aspect of an ad that takes on a life of its own?
But you know what? Obviously, a lot of people lost their career. I don't know. Procter & Gamble owns Dove and Nivea.
Yeah.
So probably was the same person.
No,
It's the same year.
they probably. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
It's the
for.
same year. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
It's the same agency, at least.
probably the
What is
same
the name
agency.
of the guy that designed this? Ah, some Adolf. I can't remember his name. But he was a good boy. Good boy. The good boys. The racist clan called the good boy.
Oh, Proud Boys?
Yeah, Proud Boy. Sorry. He was a proud boy. His name was Adolf. You know, third right. Anyway, keep moving. Coca-Cola, 1970. Produced a commercial featuring diverse groups of people singing, I like to buy the world a Coke. While its intention was to promote peace and harmony, some people criticized for being oversimplistic and commodifying social issues. They
So
eventually withdrew certain aspect of it or threw it remained icon.
so I was gonna say I'm gonna push back a little bit on that one because that ad is considered an icon.
It's an icon, but a lot of people complain.
Well, they can shut the fuck up.
And of course, everything that we're saying, dude, if I'm gonna get a visa and papers in America faster, bring me a fucking Dove. I don't give a fuck. Anyway, Abercrombie and Finch, the brand marketing strategy faced significant backlash for being elitist and perpetuating negative body images, particularly to the preference of attractive models in advertising, and a statement made by their former CEO, leading to call the boycott and significant change in their marketing approach. Now, that's a fat person complaint. Oh, I don't look like that. Why are you selling to that kind of again? Fucking exercise. Stop eating McDonald's.
Why would you want to buy Abercrombie and Fitch anyway, though?
I don't like it. I never
I
liked it.
was gonna
I
say I'm
used
not.
to. I like the sweatpants though.
Eh.
Are you ready? Skittles. The company
Oh,
recently faced backlash for a campaign that involved LGBTQ plus themes, but it was ultimately criticized for pandering to the community without making real commitments or deliver meaningful support, leading some consumers to call it hypocritical.
so just like every corporation during Pride Month?
Yeah, but this was I don't know what happened there. The next one I'm not even gonna read it because it's stupid. It's Angelina Jolie. And everything that Angelina Jolie's mess with, pita, pata, puta, whatever, she's always fucking up. All Spice. While All Spice humorous advertising gained popularity, some has faced criticism for promoting outdated stereotypes of masculinity and objectified women, causing the brand to adjust its advertising approach in response to the feedback. Those were the top 10 fuck ups in marketing by Virus Vox and Jake Boger. So, this is a surprise for you, Jake.
We didn't talk about this in the production, but this is the day that we're gonna listen to Virus Quest.
Oh
Yes.
crap.
If you're watching this show, you just saw his face because he didn't know about this. And probably just came with the idea now. But I'm gonna ask you, I'm gonna give you, okay? The name of the thing that when was created, all right? I'm gonna give you what it is, and you're gonna call me with the name of the brand that became so famous, Jake, that becomes the verb itself.
That became the what itself?
The name itself. Like I'm gonna give you one
Oh,
example.
okay. Okay. I
So
got you.
just for the audience, you don't say let's go to do laundry. You go to the laundromat. So it becomes the verb laundromat,
I
right?
got it.
So I'm gonna start really easy with you. Are you ready? For $5,000, what brand was created in 2015, really recent, and rebranded itself as the Alphabet, who was meant to be a holding company for various businesses. This company is more popular. I'm gonna keep words apart, right? And the name of the company became a verb, and now everyone uses it. I'm gonna go really easy, like I said, to find things around.
Oh, Google.
There you go. $5,000 to you, Jake. Great. Amazing. This is really easy. I'm starting with the easy one. For $10,000. You know how this goes? You fuck it up, you owe me 10,000 bucks. You know how it goes? Virus Quest, my rules, my game. The perfect time to remind a friend of a family member that is a brand name for this is really hard because I'm trying to not to tell you. But
It's to remind people of things.
that you can use it to clean yourself in the need of a sanitary product.
I'm going to assume you're talking about a Kleenex.
Jake, my God, $15,000 you just made. You feel good with it? Now, for $30,000, this one, it was originally developed as a binary appliance in 1971 in Chicago. Now, the name of the brand becomes so famous that you say, let's that dish for $30,000, Jake. What brand I'm talking about?
That's so vague, man.
Yeah, it's $30,000. Grow the fuck up. 1971 in Chicago was originally developed as a binary appliance. Now you use the terminology to cook using that brand. I cannot tell you more than that. I already add something.
It's a what appliance?
Binary. Beaneary appliance.
Beanery?
Binary. Yeah. Do you have an answer?
I mean, I want it. This is not my. I want to say Cuisinart, but that's not really a verb. So
Really? You just owe me
I
$30,000
said
for
I
that.
don't want to say. I'm thinking out loud.
Yeah, well, just say the answer. Lucy, come on. It's for today.
A grill?
Virus Quest. What?
A grill? I don't.
No, crock pot.
Oh,
The
fuck
crock
me.
pot.
Yeah.
So you owe me $15,000 at this point, okay? But don't worry. Don't worry. This next one is really easy, and it's for $15,000 and one, okay? You can be, right? If you mess it up, you will owe me $30,000. If you win, I will owe you $1, okay? This brand got his name from his creator, Earl Silas,
It was introduced in 1946, starting as for storing food in a generical way.
Oh, Tupperware.
Wow, look at you. You just recover and I own you $1. Dude, I'm really good at this game. I'm gonna go hard on this. For $100,000, Jake. Are you ready? This company that produced Whirlpool, it was generalized by his name in every spa. However, the company actually make mattresses and toilets.
Oh, Whirlpool. Or Jacuzzi. It's one of those two.
Give me an answer, Jake. I'm not fit to
I'm going to go with
talk.
Jacuzzi because it's more.
$100,000, Jake. You're amazing. Look at you. This brand name is for $100,000 to Jake. Yes, people. Actually, in a point, I will give him 1,000. He's smiling because he know I'm good for it. This brand name, becomes so famous that every mobile garbage bin is called by the brand name. In 1936, created in Knoxville, Tennessee. This brand.
I'm going to say dumpster.
Oh, look at you, Jake. You just make $200,000 with Virus. Well, now, this is gonna be a hard one. For $200,000. Okay. This brand took their name, the brand name, and it became the name of everything. It was a tasting, and it gave a supply painter. And actually, it was a customer that was frustrated and said, take this back to your bosses and tell them to fuck off. What brand is that for $200,000?
It's a paint brand?
I don't know, Jake. Do you want me to give you the answer? You know the rules.
I didn't understand what you were describing.
Everybody knows the rules of Virus Quest. If you can win, confuse them. But
It is the game that you're designed for you to lose.
yeah, this is the game designed for you to lose.
You know what game you can't lose at, though? The game of entertainment when you tune into the Final Frontier, where every single week my first officer Justin and myself watch an episode of Star Trek and we go over it and give you all those fun little Easter eggs, give commentary on it, and I can tell you that some elements of that show do not age well, like some of the ads that we're talking about. But join us on Sundays, premiering at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for new episodes of The Final Frontier.
What a great name. What a great name. Who came with
Shut
that
up.
beautiful idea?
Shut up.
Anyway, so you got the answer?
No.
Okay. Are you giving up? I need an answer now.
Take it back to your...
Take it back to your bosses. Tell them to fuck off. This testing, it received famous name when one of the employees testing it gave a sample to a supply painter. Come on, give me an answer, dude. You're wasting time. We get paid by the minute. Come on. This is our time. It costs. You get the people that is listening to the podcast board. This is the game designed for you to lose. Do you have an answer for $200,000?
Duct tape.
You were so close. It's Scotch tape. The name was Dutch tape, but it became Scotch tape. Jake, now you're just $1 positive. Isn't that bad? Okay, this is the one for $2, Jake. Right? This game is for $2. The last question. Are you ready? This product was invented in 1956. But actually, this brand wasn't introduced until 1964. Today, the products are almost synonymous one with another. It's a device to imprint your name, usually used to imprint your name.
The name what? You cut out.
It's a device used to imprint your name. Virus Squares, the game that is time for you to lose. Virus Squares.
It's used to print my name. A label maker. I don't know.
Sharpie, dude. Sharpie. You just lost the only dollar. You owe me $1 now.
Yet.
What is wrong with you? You know what? I can't play with you. You're fucking. I can't. I can't. Thank you for staying with Virus Squares, the game that is designed for you to lose. All right, then. So, are you ready for recommendations?
I am.
Sweet. Come on, bring it.
So, my first recommendation, it's loosely keeping with the theme, but you could call this subliminal messaging to a point, but there's a lot of layers to the movie, and there's a lot of things that upon first viewing, especially, you won't notice, but then once the end comes, you're like, oh, how did I miss that? And that film, technically it's a franchise, but I think it's more common in the first one, is Saw.
Saw?
Saw, the movie Saw.
How come? Why the product placement then?
No, it's not product placement, it's subliminal messaging.
Okay, guide me a little more, please.
You haven't seen the movie Saw?
Yeah, but I don't see the subliminal message. Everything is really clear.
No, it's not. Well, okay, after you get to the end of it, it's very clear.
Okay, I give you that. I like that. I like that whole saga, and it's really good because
Yeah.
we're getting close to Halloween, right? And guess what, people? I'm really happy that the first show that we did a year ago, that it was the first like celebration that we did in Toon Talk 2.0 was Halloween, remember? And we got as a guest for the first time the Oracle. And now we're gonna do it again. So great. Do you have a trailer for that?
I do.
Hello, Dr. Gordon. I want to play a game. Your aim is to kill Adam. You have until 6 on the clock to do it.
The newspapers started calling him the Jigsaw Killer.
Looks like our friend Jigsaw likes to book himself front row seats to his own sick little games.
You could be the one who put me in this room!
We're gonna have to work together if we want to get out of here.
What is it, Sweet Pea?
There's a man in my room.
What are you doing to them, you bastard?
Most people are so ungrateful to be alive. But not you. Not anymore.
To overcome something, you have to understand what a perfect engine it is. He doesn't want us to cut through our chains. He wants us to cut through our feet.
Sick bastard. Yes, I'm sick, officer.
There's a way out of here! There's a way out!
I'm sick of it all.
We're out of time.
Live or die. Make your choice.
Second part of E.T.
Well, do you want to play a game? I don't want to play a game. Fuck that.
No, I don't want to play again.
No.
So, hey, here we are. We're back, right?
Yes. Yes.
Nice. Cause wow. So what a great movie, dude. I'm more into the context. My suggestion, and it's a movie that I watch at least 3 times a year. Why? Because we're behind the fun that is to make the podcast. We are running a full company of podcasts and other companies. So this movie reminds me not to give up and that you need to do whatever it takes to be successful. Personally, the Michael Keaton delivers perfectly this character, more than Batman, and it's the story of the owner of McDonald's. So the founder is about the story of McDonald's. Don't even start. He owns McDonald's.
No, he owns the McDonald's Corporation.
Let me tell you something. How long ago I created Rice Plus? 9 years.
9 years. Okay, I was gonna say 7, but yeah.
For what, a year, right? You're a founder. You are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. The concept of founder is not the person that got the idea. It's all the team of people that actually make it work.
No, that's actually not the definition of founder. But anyway, here's a trailer.
I know what you're thinking. How the heck does a 52-year-old, over-the-hill milkshake machine salesman build a fast food empire with 1,600 restaurants and an annual revenue of $700 million? One word: persistence.
Prince Castle sales.
Hi, June.
Ray, how's it going down there?
Good. Swell. A lot of interest.
We got an order. 6 mixers.
To anyone in particular?
McDonald's.
Care for a little tour?
We wanted something different, and that's when my brother here comes up with one of his brilliant ideas.
Orders ready in 30 seconds, not 30 minutes.
Unique, original. There's nothing like this.
It's revolutionary.
It's exactly what it is. It's revolutionary. What is that?
The Golden Arches.
It's a way to make the place stand out.
Huh. There should be McDonald's everywhere. Franchise the damn thing.
Mr. Croc.
Franchise, franchise, franchise. McDonald's can be the new American church. And it ain't just open on Sundays, boys.
I am flesh and I am bone. Rise up, ting ting like glitter and gold.
How can we be almost out of capital?
Did you mortgage our home? We could lose everything.
I want to renegotiate my lousy deal.
I can't.
Can't or won't?
Ray.
What?
No!
Oh, damn it.
What you ought to be doing is owning the land upon which that burger is cooked. You're not in the burger business. You're in the real estate business.
Franchise Realty Corporation.
It's its own separate company, which puts it outside your purview.
There's a wolf in the hen house. We let him in.
When's enough gonna be enough for you?
Probably never.
You are to stop this instant.
I am through taking orders from you.
You have a contract.
Contracts are like hearts. They're made to be broken. Business is war. It's dog eat dog, rat eat rat. I want to take the future. I want to win.
The brothers are your business partners.
Make it go away. I don't care what it takes. That glorious name, McDonald's. I had to have it.
You don't have it.
You sure about that?
You sure about that? Sure about that? What a great movie. I like I said, I watch it at least 3 times a year. Probably I'm gonna watch it after this. I kind of want to watch it right now. You sure about that, Dave?
I'm sure about that.
All right. So, what is next, my brother?
Television show, and my recommendation for there's a ton of subliminal messaging. Now, granted, this isn't so much for advertising in this show as it is for the storytelling, but Breaking Bad is chock full of subliminal clues and even characters' names and all kinds of stuff. Colors are very important in Breaking Bad.
Big Mr. White.
But his color is green. Jesse Pinkman, but his color is white. Or Skylar's white. What is pink? Pink. I think Jesse's yellow, isn't it?
Jesse's yellow. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Skylar, well, her name is Skylar White, and her color seems to be white.
That the writer got inspired in Reservoir Dogs?
I'd say that's a pretty fair bet.
Yeah.
At least a little bit. But Vince Gilligan is a fucking genius. But here's the trailer for Breaking Bad, and if you haven't seen it, get off your ass.
my entire life, I never, had a real say about any of it. With this last one, cancer, all I have left is how I choose to approach this.
Then a substantial amount of methamphetamine being taken off.
Hank, how much money is that?
It's about 700 grand. It's a pretty good haul. Well, just say the word and I'll take you on a ride along. Get a little excitement in your life.
Yeah, someday.
DEA took all your money, your lab, but you know the business, and I know the chemistry.
You want to cook crystal meth? You.
I get it now. You want to make some cash for your people before you check out.
You got a problem with that?
I'm your partner, man. You should have told me.
You're coming home so late, and we're just left wondering where you were.
We got new players in town. Now, we don't know who they are, where they come from. Thinking Albuquerque just might have a new kingpin.
It is the purest, most chemically sound product on the market anywhere.
Maybe blue, but it's a bomb.
How much product do you have?
You are not how I remember you from class. I mean, like, not at all. What?
There is no room for error. Not with these people.
What does a man do? What? A man provides for his family. This costs me my family.
How many people are gonna die because of us?
We're in control. No one gets hurt. There will be plenty of time for soul searching. Until then, we have to cook.
What I want.
What I need is a choice.
Then make the right choice, Ron.
I think I need to watch. Isn't that weird?
Alrighty. Well, that is Breaking Bad. You should definitely watch it if you haven't already.
What a great show.
It's such a great show. Oh, damn near flawless.
Nah, close.
It's close. It's not perfect, but
I think that it will be perfect if they allow them to go the extra mile, because it was always controlled for television, if you know what I mean. Because this one was one of the last shows for TV, not for a streaming service. I remember in a point I needed to torrent the whole season because it will take longer to arrive outside the States. So I needed to do that. So I think if this was done for streaming services and they could go the extra mile, right? In gore, in language. That's what I always felt, that it wasn't big enough. Something that in The Sopranos they did because it was HBO. Remember? So they were allowed to go the gorish of everything. Anyway, I was telling Jake, for all the fans that they like entertainment, but sports, I don't know, man. This feeling is really weird, Jake, and I want to share it with the audience. I haven't seen baseball in probably 15, 16 years, right? It's a sport that I've never been a fan. Probably watched the World Series when Gibson used to play in the 80s, right, with Fernando Valenzuela. So probably it's been more than 25 years since I really sit down and watch every game. But for a reason in my mind, Yankees versus Dodgers, Friday is the first game. Second game is on Saturday, but I don't know, something in my mind, bro. Saturday game is going to be something unique. I don't know why. Just my brain. Who knows? But again, if you don't like baseball,
Like Yankees versus Dodgers, it could be something to remember. And if you like baseball, what a treat! Yankees versus Dodgers.
Right,
So
yeah.
I got this feeling because obviously I'm a Dodger fan. Even I don't know how to pronounce it because I'm Latino. But I always like the Yankees. So getting back to see a World Series, I don't know who the fuck I'm gonna root for. But can you say Dodgers, please?
Dodgers.
Did I say it right? Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers.
So they're not los Dodgers, no?
Los Dodgers. No, no
Los
los
Dodgers y
Dodgers.
los Yankees. Yankees.
Junkies.
Anyway, the Yankees. Next recommendation, my TV show, please, Jake, if you will.
Do you want me to just play the trailer first?
Just play the trailer and we can talk about it.
So, what do you fellas do?
You're looking at the finest ad men in New York. Hell, the world.
Advertising is based on one thing: happiness. It's a billboard on the side of the road that screams with reassurance that whatever you're doing, you are okay.
A man like you I'd follow into combat blindfolded. And I wouldn't be the first. Am I right, buddy?
I'm living like there's no tomorrow because there isn't one.
This place really runs on charm.
I'm not gonna let a woman talk to me like this.
I hear she's a nice girl.
Who wants that?
Even if you do get my job, you'll never run this place. Wanna know why? Because no one will like you.
Excuse me, is he expecting you?
He's not expecting anything.
I don't think I realized it until this moment, but it must be hard being a man.
I cheated myself like I knew I would.
What's your secret?
I told you I was trouble. You know that I'm no good. You know that I'm no good.
So your pick was Mad Men.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about this, I never seen the show. I know what it's about, obviously. And you told me to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to watch it. And when I was making this research for today show, I go, oh, you know what? I'm going to recommend it, not just to the audience, but recommend it to myself. Mad Men on Showtime. The only streaming services that I don't have. When I say I have everything else, I have everything else. So if you want to use HBO Max, now called Max from Jake, just text me. I will give you the password if you give me your Cinemax Showtime and Escape. All right. Last but not least, because Jakey boy is worried about something and is tired.
So my song recommendation, Subliminal Messaging. Although it's hard to do with music unless you go with the obvious, like, oh yeah, they put these hidden notes in to make you feel a certain way, but they don't put it out there. So I just went with a song with a really interesting metaphor that still to this day a lot of people don't know, even though it's an older song. The song Closing Time by the band Semisonic.
Ooh. You know what? You're not going to play it, right? We can play
No,
it.
we can't play it.
I can sing it a little bit, but let's do that at the end because what a great song.
It's a great song.
And it's emblematic how you can go to any bar in any place of the world and they would put that song when they close.
Yes, but a lot of people assume he's talking about a bar. He is not.
No, he's killing himself, right?
No, he's talking about the birth of his son.
Oh, really? Why?
Yeah, think about it. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. You won't. What? God damn it! You won't.
They're
You
talking about
won't.
Molly.
This room won't be open till your brother or your sister comes. So yeah, it's about the
Keep
birth of
going.
his son.
Closing time, real meaning. I trust you. I'm not like doubting you. I didn't know what it's about. I thought it was about, closing time. No? I thought he was killing himself.
Nope. It's the opposite. It's about giving birth.
Cool. So then I want to change my fucking song recommendation. I'm going to say Every Breath You Take by The Police.
Oh, the Stalker anthem.
Yeah, it's in Tucker. A lot of people think that it's a love song, but actually he wrote it to all the paparazzi that they were bothering him. You know, but I was just trying to look cool. The reality is, because it's talk about generation and something, I select Bird Lake Ladies with "It's Been 1 week since you look at me." It's such a funny. You know what? It's funny
I
because
love Bare Naked Ladies. I think they're a
I
fantastic
never
band,
was a
and
fan.
their music's so fun, dude.
Yes, but it's white people band, bro. Let's be honest, right? I never got into it. I knew the song. I just know that song. But my friend Troy, hello Troy, he's in LA, dear friend of mine. He invited me to a concert. He told me, hey, he's gonna play Toad. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then when they start playing, I go like, oh, I know their songs, right? Jim Blossoms, Till I
Oh,
Hear It
another great.
From You. I love that song. Uh, and then the Brand Naked Ladies, at the end of the show, they say, we can play whatever we want because it's our show, being really funny. And they start playing Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin. And I'm like, what? You guys are really good. So it was really fun. It was really fun. It was a great concert. Yeah, it was great because I got my friend Troy. You know, I should have invited him maybe for a podcast. I don't know if he would like that. But he likes to go to concerts. And I'm not talking about the person that in every profile says, I like to go to concerts. This MF goes to 8 concerts a month. Like, seriously. So one is like, what are you doing?
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh,
I'm
you're
picking
talking
you
about
up.
him.
No, no, no. What are you doing? I'm picking you up right now. Wow, we're going to a concert. I'm like, what about? Yeah, I'm picking you up. And he was picking me up, and we did that. That's the first time. Um, oh, what is this rock band that they were all drug addicts? They retired. They came back super big, legendary American
You're
band.
gonna have to narrow that down.
No, 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 no. They all retired, and then something Madness. Oh my God, Sound of Madness is the one of the latest singles. I,
Not
I,
sure.
yeah, I got it. I got it. Shine Down.
Oh,
The
okay.
band is Shine Down. I never know them because Shine Down are really famous in America, but
Hmm.
they're not famous outside, like at all,
Hmm.
bro. Even their tours are just national, just. I mean, they put
Yes.
arenas, right? They're just
Yeah, yeah,
national.
yeah, yeah. But I get it. They don't tour internationally, which,
I mean, they might be in Europe a little bit, but it's not a band like Aerosmith that you know
yeah,
they're gonna go
yeah.
to Tokyo. So I never know about them. He's like, hey, I'm gonna pick you. I'm gonna watch Shinedown. I go like, what the fuck is Shinedown? How do you not know Shinedown? I go like, what time you picking me up? In 4 hours, I went and listened all the materials, and I went there. And probably Shinedown is a big inspiration. So in the back of my head to make another album because I look at their side, I go like, wow, I need to do the theatrical things that they do. But yeah. So yeah, that's my recommendation is Bird Like in 80s, and I think we're done for the day, my friend.
We've got our miscellaneous odd ones.
Okay, go ahead. What is your miscellaneous one?
So ours is one of the not the latest, but one of the latest podcasts in our lovely, lovely network, the Arte Pantheon Podcast Network. Our good friend David Firestone, who you've seen on Toon Talk 2.0. His first podcast debuted last week. Second episode will be debuting this Friday. Road to Stardom with David Firestone, and just scheduled today, actually. You can catch him this Friday on the Arate podcast as well. So a lot of David this week.
Great. Did you have the trailer?
I
You
do
got the
not.
intro? Come on, look for the intro. You must have it someplace.
It's not that I do, but if I do that, they don't want to see that.
Okay, it was really good though. I don't know who did that, but thank you for it.
They're goddamn genius.
Anyway, my miscellaneous thing is remind you guys to subscribe to ToonTalk 2.0, follow our Instagram, Pantheon _ podcast. All our link trees there with all our podcasts. I want to congratulate Peter Sisa that his podcast is breaking the rules of what is going to work and how the algorithm works, right? Because he's getting a lot of views, right? And I wasn't expecting for me, right? Are you making that faces? Why are you making those faces?
Hmm?
I'm confused.
This is this is really, really sad. This is something that used to get me in trouble with my first marriage. I reacted to something you said, and I literally forgot. I literally just forgot what you said.
Okay, first of all, I don't like you to compare me to your first marriage. Second of all,
I know your dick's way bigger.
thank you for that remark. It's a joke, guys. He never seen it. He will never see it.
That's true. I've never seen it.
Again, I mean, if you Google deep enough, you will find porn pictures. Oh, did I just say that like that? I'm just kidding. Remember to follow our channel here. You go to Pantheon Podcasts. We need more subscribers, people. There you go to playlists. You have all our separate podcasts. Go to Already Media, right down the middle. Spurs of the moment, Goosebumps. But like I say, I'm really surprised how good reaction Peter Sisa, Classica Musica, is having with the audience. So I called him today to congratulate him, and he was surprised, as we are. And yeah, thank you so much for all the following and all the things that you guys have been doing. The numbers are growing really fast.
Well, and just to clarify because I know what you meant by that, but some people might take that the wrong way. We're not surprised that he's doing well. We're surprised at the speed in which he's doing well because it's exceeding typical numbers in like the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, we know it was going to do well. Thank you for clarifying that because it's a podcast in the family. But the first episode proof and the second proof, and suddenly takes a little bit, right? But of course, he's a maestro in the guitar, right? Go and check it out. My bet, and I hate this because I don't want him to take the best podcast of the freaking year. Even we produce them, but either way, it's always a pleasure to see how our fellows in the company and outside the company, they keep growing so much. Thank you, Jake Boger, for everything that you're doing. Thank you for being with us today. I'm sorry that, I know why you like that. You lost $200,000 and you still owe me $1. Virus Quest is a tough thing, man.
It's not for the faint of heart.
Survive. Thank you. Thank you for the audience. Thank you for the people that is there connecting all the time. Thank you for their comments. Remember, Pantheon Podcast on Instagram, Pantheon Podcast on TikTok, Pantheon_podcast on Instagram. And remember, I'm going to say goodbye today with a little phrase called, nobody can do it like McDonald can.
I'm loving it.
Thank you, bro. See you next week.